Hi guys. So a little bit of a different setup behind me with both performers out. Let's just jump right into the workout. So we're going to do a little bit of planking. I'll give modifications for everything. I think you'll be able to follow along. You know that you can always ask me when you have questions, and we are going to focus on becoming embodied and bringing all of our attention and awareness into our bodies. And at the end, we will do a scanning meditation and really key in and listen into how things feel. All right, so starting off on all fours today. It's been pretty hot. I'm going to take this off. Starting off on all fours, make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders and that your knees are right directly underneath your hips and the legs are inner hip width apart. So I could put at least a fist width in between your knees. So drop your chin to your chest and pull your back up towards the ceiling and the sky. Press your pelvis forward towards your nose. Separate the space between your shoulder blades and kind of like a feeling like you're pressing away from the mat to lift up and out. Away from that. And then letting your belly hang towards the earth, rolling the shoulders onto the back, jutting the chin out and looking up towards the sky. Again, chin to the chest, scoop the navel into the spine, pulling the belly in and up, pressing the pelvis forward towards your nose, separating the space between the shoulder blades, and then as we let the belly drop, we're going to draw the shoulder blades back towards each other and lift the tailbone up towards the sky, jutting the chin out and looking up. All right, so it's an inhale to lift up, and an exhale to let the belly fall, letting the shoulders come onto the back and look up. Inhale, scooping the navel into the spine, pressing the pelvis forward. Exhale, letting the belly fall, shoulders on the back, jutting the chin out and looking up. Now let's go a little bit faster. We're going to inhale to lift up. Exhale to let it fall. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fall. Inhale. Rounding the spine from the center of the back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing the air out of your lungs as you look up towards the sky. From there, find a neutral spine. So shoulders are on the back and the heart is open. So again, you're pressing into the mat with your hands and you roll the shoulders onto the back, lift the belly. It's a long end of the spine. So you're on all fours and then walk one leg back and then the other and just hold it there in your plank. Nice deep breaths. Lifting the belly in and up to support your spine. Now if that doesn't feel right, you can lower your knees and be in a half plank. And if that doesn't feel right, lift the waist a little bit and just play in this space of how far you're coming forward. Just holding that plank. Good. And then come back down, let the legs be inner hip width apart, and stretch the heels of your palms. Push the heels of your palms into the mat, pressing your buttocks back towards your heels. And then coming back onto all fours, stretching the legs back one at a time. Let's come onto the forearms one at a time, and then back up. All right, so it's down, down, up, up. This top is not the right top to wear. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. Keep lifting the navel into the spine to support you. Up, up. Now I just want to say, it's the same thing, right? If you're in your half plank, you can cross your ankles. That might make it feel a little bit better, but it's just down, down, up, up, right? And if your weight is shifted back, it's the same thing. You're just working on growing the amount of weight that you're actually putting into your arms and your shoulders. So go ahead and sit back on your heels again. So use the heels of your palms to press your buttocks back towards your heels. You want to round at the end of the spine and roll the shoulders back. Shift that weight on forward again, and we're going to roll through the spine. So, all right, so let's start with a flat back. So with a flat back, shift your weight forward.
Chin comes into the chest, separating the space between your shoulder blades. Round your back as you come back towards your heels. Now, once your buttocks comes back towards your heels, drop the waist a little bit.
So now we're back in a flat spine, right? Shift that waist, shift the weight forward.
Separate the space between the shoulder blades and round the back to come back. Again, drop the waist.
Shift forward.
Separate the space between the blades and round it back.
Drop your waist. Shift forward.
Again, separate the space between the blades and round it back. Keep going.
Forward.
Round it back.
Draw it forward.
Round it back.
Again, forward.
Round it back.
One more time, coming forward.
And round it back. Now we're going to go in the reverse direction. So like a wave, right? So stay rounded until you come forward, lifting up between the shoulder blades, and then we go to a flat back and we go straight back. Again, rounding up,
releasing the end of the spine and shooting straight back.
Rolling through the spine.
Trying to breathe with it.
Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you resist back. Good.
Coming back onto all fours.
I want you to bring your right knee
in towards your nose and round your spine.
So scoop the belly, lift the belly, bring the right knee in,
right? And then we're going to take it back and look straight up.
And again, inhaling.
Exhale, come back.
Inhale, sweep it up.
Exhale, shoot it back. One more time. Good, onto all fours.
Kind of like you're wagging your tail, just let the hips go side to side here for a moment, and then we'll work the other side. So now, right knee into the nose,
and then send it out long.
Remember to round up in that space between the shoulder blades.
And send it out long. You want to lift from the back of the leg there.
Inhale to go forward, using your abdominal strength to bring the knee
in towards your nose. Exhale, let it go.
Inhale.
Exhale.
Inhale.
Exhale. Remember to breathe with it. Really scoop that belly, a nice rounded shape as you draw the knee in. One more. Good. Come on to all fours. Kind of wagging your tail there. What is it? Shake your tail feathers? I don't know that. All right. So from here, all fours again. And then tuck your tailbone and kind of press your lower abdominals forward, right? So you're in a neutral spine, and then tuck your tailbone, lift your belly, press that forward, and lift your knees up. Down, we can relax the spine in between, right? Shoulders are on the back. The belly's scooped and lifted. So tuck the tailbone, press the pelvis forward, lift the knees up. Come down, release the spine. Again, tuck, draw up. Down, release. Tuck, press the pubic bone forward towards your nose, lift the knees, come down, release. Again, up, lift, down, release. Up, lift up, down, release. Press, pull in, lift up, down, release, keep it going. Again, sweep the pelvis forward, lift up, down, release the spine, sweep the pelvis forward, lift it up, down, release the spine. One more time. Sweep the pelvis
forward, lift it up and hold it up. Here we're just gonna go up, up. Keep pressing your pelvis forward towards your nose. Keep that space between the shoulder blades separate, right? Rounding the back. And down. So kind of like as if somebody's punching you in the gut this way, you're lifting up so much. And that forceful energy of lifting in and up is like springing your knees away from the floor. So let's do that again. Tuck the tailbone, press your pelvis forward, draw that belly in and up, float up. Now, right leg goes back and it comes home. Left leg goes back and it comes home. Right, left, right, left. Now, if you're on a surface where you can slide or you can get socks, that might be a good thing to do here, right? But we can also touch. So you decide what feels best right now. Tap or slide. Keep separating that space between the shoulder blades, lifting the belly in and up. Lower the knees, sit back on the heels and rest. This time I'd like you to put your forehead close to the mat and stretch your hands back behind you towards your buttocks. Just really taking a second to relax here. All right, moving up onto all fours again. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. So back into these, I don't know, I gotta think of a good name for it, but separate the space between your shoulder blades, draw your knee in towards your nose, and then press the leg back and up. And again, come in and go back. So I guess this exercise isn't technically a part of Joseph Pilates' classical mat series, but there are lots of exercises on the Reformer where you're doing this movement. So in, and again out. Inhale to come in, exhale to go out. Remember to keep a really rounded spine, so you're pressing your pelvis forward as you bring your knee into your nose, separating the space between your shoulder blades, pressing the palm heavily into the mat to give you some traction to be able to pull your knee in against something. Again, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, other leg. Scoop the navel into the spine, bring your knee in towards your nose. Inhale, exhale. Deep breath in as you draw the knee in. Exhale, shoulders on the back to go out. 2 more. Last one. Stretch the leg out. Lower the knee. And shake your tail feathers, or I don't know, wag your tail. And then stretch your right leg back. Check in with your alignment here. So again, you want the hands right underneath your shoulders. The shoulders are on your back and your belly's lifted. Stretch your left leg out and just lifting it up to hip height and down. Up and down. And if you're doing this, really try to take your awareness inside to feel in. You don't want your hips going off to one side. You want to try to have everything be hugging the center line of the body as much as you can. So use that as your embodied awareness meditation for today, right? Coming into your cells. Can you feel into the midline? Where is it? What does it feel like when you bring your leg up and you try to stay close to the midline? What does it feel like to not be in alignment? So keep leaning in, focusing into what you feel. Keep the tailbone tucked and a long end of the spine. Keep it going. Good, lift the leg up, small circles in. Reverse. Woo! It's hard to do those, right, without moving your glutes so much, without moving the whole hips. Okay, so bend your knee. It's actually kind of feels distorted when I look at myself in the mirror. I don't think, if I look at my body, my leg is not out of alignment, but I feel like it looks like it is in the mirror. But anyway, lift your belly in and up. You have your knee be in line with your hip. And then press your foot up like you're stomping the ceiling, right? So it's up, up. Good, and then come down. Good, taking the opposite leg out, scooping the navel into the spine, feeling your way into alignment, right? So maybe even closing your eyes. You can look in at your foot to make sure that when you lift your leg, your foot, your ankle is in line with your hip, right? When ankle's in line with the knee is in line with the hip. So again, going up and down. Keep scooping that belly. Lift it in and up. On the next one, hold it up, small circles. You know, trying best as you can. Think about the ball and socket joint here. Trying to let the whole leg move, reverse the direction, but keeping the hips, the pelvis steady, best you can. Good, and then bending your knee and pressing up from where the hamstring meets the glutes, like you're gonna stomp the ceiling. Good. And then taking the knees about as wide as your shoulders, lifting the belly, sliding those hands and palms forward, using the heels of the palms to press the buttocks back towards your heels. Nice deep breaths. And walk your hands over to the right, pressing a little bit deeper into your left hip. And then walk your hands over to the opposite side and press. Coming back to the center. And then tuck your tailbone, scoop the belly, deepen in from the lowest part of your abdominals, and stack your spine. Now I know you can't see all of me here, but when you get up to the top, making sure that your knees are right underneath your hips. And then from here, scoop the belly, tucking the tailbone, and you can take your hands to the top of your hips here, or if you're a little bit familiar with bending, let's try this first. So let's just take the hands to the top of the hips, press your heart forward. So tuck your tailbone, scoop the belly, press your heart forward, lift your heart up towards the sky. Hug the center line of the body with your knees. Now if it's available to you, you can bring your hands back for your heels. Keep lifting your heart to the sky. What you don't want is a feeling of crunchiness at the end of your spine. Keep hugging the midline with the legs, right? Meaning that even though they're not together, and start to work your way back up. Take your arms back up. Oh, there you are. Take your arms back up and then sit back on your heels again. And as I think that's what I said, hugging in, that even though your legs aren't together, you still want to imagine that they're reaching for each other. The inner thighs are reaching each other for each other. You're hugging the central line of the body. All right, rolling over onto your back. We're just gonna go through a quick combo set with the ab series with the 100 at the end. So we're going for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's 6 single leg stretch. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Okay, so 6 double, 6 scissors, and a lot of people ask on this, I mean, you can have your, I think an articulated heel might be what's best, but you can have your feet flexed or pointed. Lower lift, down for 3, down slow for 3, up for 1. Good, and then down for 3, a count of 3, up on 1. And then crisscross for 6. Good, coming back to the top 5. Doubles for 5. Just do the best you can. Remember that if you need to go on to scissors, 5 sets. If you need to lower your head at any point, just do it. And then lower lifts, we're just gonna go for 5. Remember not to go so low that you feel any pressure in your lower back. Crisscross 5. Good. Back to the top. Now we're at 4 for singles. Good. Double leg stretch for 4. Scissors. Lower lift. Crisscross. Three. Double leg stretch for 3. Scissors. Good, lower lift. Crisscross. 2. 2 doubles. 2 scissors. 2 lower lift. Crisscross. Single, I don't know about you, but I'm dying. 1. Double. Scissor. Lower lift. Crisscross. And rest. Whoo-wee. Oh, nice deep breaths. Palms up to the sky. Soles of the feet together. Breathe. All right, turn the palms over, stretch your legs out, slide your chin up towards your chest, float your legs up for the 100 and pump vigorously. If you feel any pressure in your lower back as you're lifting legs, you're gonna draw the knees in first before you take them out. Nice deep breaths. Rest. Let your chin be crazy heavy here and look towards me. Then look the opposite way. And back towards me. And the opposite way. Good, let's circle the legs, just massaging the end of the spine to the mat. Because it feels good.
3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Rock up to seated, turn over, and then set yourself up again. Just give me maybe 2 rounds of the cat-cow again.
So tucking the tailbone, pressing the pelvis forward towards your nose, lifting the belly, and then shoulders on your back. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale, shoulders on the back. Shine your heart forward. Find your neutral spine, 1 leg back at a time, coming back into your plank and hold it. Remember, half plank is here. If that doesn't feel right, lift your waist. All right, you ready? All right, come down onto your forearms and come back up. Keep that belly lifted in and up. And again, down, down, woo! Up, up. Almost toppled over there. Down, down, up, up. Knees as wide as your shoulders. Sit back on your heels. Woo, use the heels of the palms. Good, and just for a moment here, flipping on over to the other side. Rolling the shoulders onto your back. Lifting your heart. Float the hips on up. Good, and then you can try to challenge yourself by stretching the legs out one at a time, your reverse plank. Do what feels right with your feet, right? So you might want to reach your toes forward so that the whole of your feet are on the mat or the floor. Sometimes it feels good to have the toes up towards the sky and be digging the heels down, but do wrap your glutes. And lift your heart to the sky. Keep lifting your abdominals front, side, back. Keep holding. Good. Let your waist shift back. Bring your buttocks to the mat. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. Scoop the belly round forward. Let the head hang. And stay nice and rounded. Like a top bow. Good. And then sag your spine. And let's meditate. So shoulders on your back. Lift your heart. Tuck your tailbone a little bit, anchoring the end of the spine towards the earth, right? Lift your ribs up away from your hips. Lift your crown up to the sky, and breathe. Really starting to key into how the energetic state within your body feels at this time. How your energy has shifted and what your body may be saying to you. And try to take your awareness into your fingertips, into your toes, into your heart, your ears, your jaw, your eyes. Sometimes we can kind of tweak our posture a little bit over here too, just like through the sense of feeling or alignment. All right, take a deep breath in and hold it at the top. And exhale slowly. Another deep breath in. And exhale slow. All right, ladies. Happy day. I'll see you tomorrow.